Hello everyone, this is Nerd Talk with my own little sort of trailer breakdown with what I've found and what my kind of theories are on this, because I'll be honest, I honestly was not thinking much about it until the end. And
Michael.
This looks like some sort of someone pointed out that there's some Greeks or whatever, so it's like a Greek. It looks like a religious school, and there's Greek lettering, so like some sort of Greek religious school, which makes sense because he does come from Greece in the comics.
I've known you since you were a child.
There he is, early. Hold on, right there, already on a crutch, walking with a crutch.
A child.
And there's his mentor, and he was getting beat, and his mentor came to help. He's more than just a mentor at that point. He's more like a father.
You have a gift.
There he's playing chess against him. He's playing chess against himself.
You always have.
Not sure what to take from that.
If there's an answer to your disease, you'll find it.
He gets a Nobel Peace Prize. He's not looking well.
I should have died years ago. Why am I still here if not to fix this?
He has a rare blood disease that lots of people have, and he's saying he should have been dead a long time ago, but he's not, and so he's like dead set on cure.
I have a rare blood disease, and I'm running out of time.
And there's what looks to be a vampire bat, which are real creatures, but I think the ones in this movie, they're going to be a made-up species of vampire bat.
This could be my last chance.
You're up to something. What is it?
That's not.
There's just a lot of stuff that I don't need to explain here.
Exactly legal.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you get hurt more than you already have.
This would be a cure.
And he's
At what cost?
and then it's somewhat similar to the comics of his origin. He's getting, well, you saw there's a vampire bat biting him through electricity, but he himself kind of gets spared from getting killed. Well, what it looks like, the vampire attacking them, the rest of the people, and it sounds like they're also trying to attack the helicopter. So it's sparing him, and they're trying to flee, and the helicopter may be destroyed and may crash. There are
At what cost?
And then here, I know it's like a bit of a stretch, but it kind of reminds me a bit of the movie, I think it's like The Fly. I haven't seen it, but the scientist kind of slowly turns into a monster, but instead of, I don't know, the entire movie, he's slowly going to be turning to the monster Morbius, but he did it for a cure. At what cost?
Michael,
That right there just reminds me of Batman.
what's happening?
I went from dying to feeling more alive than ever. Increased strength and speed.
And there he is, after he gets better, he's gonna test his abilities. And this looks almost like Nightcrawler from X-Men, and there's Purple. So yeah, we're at the point, especially what we saw with Venom, they're gonna go with comic accurate looks. So
The ability to use echolocation.
and this is just he was this Spider-Man universe. You get bit by a radioactive spider, you become Spider-Man. You get bit by a bat through electricity, you become a literal Batman. But because Batman is already taken, he's Morbius, the living vampire.
And an overpowering urge to consume blood.
This right here, a ship. He's killing people. This is kind of like again the comic where he's testing his abilities, then he just attacks everyone. He turns into the monster. He doesn't want to. He has the urge, and he wants to kill as few people as possible, most likely at the beginning. But he's slowly turning into a monster, and he's trying to prevent that. But at the same time, he's the only way for him to, as far as he knows, to get cured. There might be another cure that is found later on that doesn't involve turning into a monster, but who knows?
How far?
There's quite a few horror movie aspects of it because vampire. And look, that right there, I didn't think much of it my first time through. The picture of Spider-Man, the word murderer across it, because well, hey, you know what? Throughout all of Spider-Man history, people just don't like him. The public hates him. New York hates him. He's hated. He's always been hated. That's just the Spider-Man character, and a lot of it is because of J. Jonah Jameson. So there's nothing new. And besides, the picture shows a Sam Raimi Spider-Man next to this very Sam Raimi. And so I didn't think much of it, but I should have. And look, that looks like he got out of a prison break recently. Orange jumpsuit.
Are we allowed to go? To fix something. How far are we allowed to go?
There's a CIA agent, and then there's another cop with a bionic arm. Forgot the robotic arm hunting. He's going to be hunting the vampire. Of course, he's going to have a bionic, stronger arm. And there's the Doctor, who's now the villain, who in the story I believe had the same blood type, whatever. And then he, I guess turns into a vampire as well. But instead of doing it for the cure, I guess he just really does want to take over the world. Normal bad guy stuff.
To fix something that's broken.
Screams. It looks like he's holding a body. He might have killed his mentor.
Until the remedy.
No, just listen to a word.
How far are we allowed to go? To fix something that's broken. Until the remedy. Is worse than the disease.
And that whole exchange is what I think this movie is going to be about. Him finding a cure, but the remedy is worse than the disease. And it's just trying to... I think that's the whole point of the whole thing with the movie. That just seems to be the whole... There's the plot, there's the movie. That most likely explains what's going to happen in this movie. He wants to find a cure, so he finds the cure, and he's asking how far is too far. And well, this is too far. The cure is worse than the disease. And honestly, this right here, I don't know what I thought of it at first. I still don't know what I think about it. I need to see more shots. This looks all white. Yeah, again, his normal looks, whatever. Vampire teeth, red eyes, all white, nose up. I don't know. I don't know what I think about it yet. It's not the best yet, but whatever.
Michael Morbius. Got tired of doing the whole good guy thing, huh?
What's up, Doc?
Him. In white prison jumpsuit with flashing lights, red, blue lights. Clearly, they're probably in the prison break together. And I mean, He's the Vulture. The Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming is in this movie, which connects this to the MCU, which connects it to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So suddenly, that picture of Spider-Man that says murderer, which is
Michael, what's happening?
I went from dying to feeling more alive than ever.
Increased strength and speed.
The ability to use echolocation. And an overpowering urge to consume blood. How far are we?
there, right there, murderer. That, even though it's a picture of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, who knows? People don't always, draw people the way they look whenever they do spray paint. They can draw caricatures or draw them however they want them. Whatever, that's just a nod to Sam Raimi. I thought this was just a nod to Sam Raimi. I didn't think this had anything to do with any of the Spider-Man movies. Because I thought it was supposed to introduce a new Spider-Man after Tom Holland's done with the MCU. With the Sinister Six type movie. But you know what? Spider-Man is a murder that directly ties into the MCU again. When you include the Vulture, because at the end of Far From Home, Spider-Man is outed as Peter Parker, and the lies have been spread where Spider-Man killed this hero and he sent the drone attack on him to kill millions of innocent lives, which is very, very sad. Because it wasn't Spider-Man at all, and it was the big jaw-dropping thing. And from what it seems like, hopefully, they won't just ditch that storyline of what could happen, how Spider-Man gonna deal with it. They're probably gonna have 100% have Spider-Man deal with that, have his friends against him and stuff like that. Because again, there's the nod. The next Spider-Man 3 might be with the Sinister Six, and it might be Spider-Man all on his own because people think he's a murderer. It's good. Spider-Man 3 could end up being really good. This movie, I don't know, it seems like it takes things from other movies. That's why I was just kind of mad whenever I first saw this. But then Michael Keaton at the end makes me want to watch it. I want to watch it just to see how it ties into Tom Holland's Spider-Man and see if it ties into Venom at all, and see if it does tie into Tom Holland, if it does, how it ties into Venom, how it could lead into the Sinister Six. That's why I want to watch it, because again, from what I saw, it looks like mostly things that I've seen before. It could be a pretty good movie. I might have gone seen it anyways, but I really want to see it now because of Michael Keaton and how I want to see how it ties in. Hopefully, I can't wait. This seems like it's going to be a pretty good movie.